babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Well, today I'm back with a beauty rewind video, and if you're not familiar with my beauty rewind series, it's basically where I talk about all the new products that I tried the previous month, kind of give a review after having tried them for the month, and let you guys know my thoughts, any updates, and things like that. I've got quite a bit to share in this month's rewind video, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I actually tried quite a bit of new products from Pixi Beauty this month, and if you have not seen already, I did do a full video testing out a bunch of Pixi Beauty products. Some of them were new to me, and those are the new products that I'll mention today, and some of them I've already mentioned on my channel previously, so they're not new. That's why they will not be included in this video. But if you'd like to see any of these products in action as well, there is a little secret giveaway. I'm letting the cat out of the bag here in that video, so if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the eye. Definitely head on over there after this video and check it out. Now, the first Pixi product that I want to talk about is the Rose Ceramide Cream, and I want to bring this one up first because I mentioned two very similar products in my last empties video. Again, I'll have that video linked if you haven't seen it and you'd like to hear about empties. Definitely check it out. But I talked about the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream Moisturizer, as well as the Fresh Beauty Rose Moisturizer. I can't remember the exact names, but I used both of those up and talked about how I really loved them and compared them and gave my preference to which one I thought was best, which one was worth the money. But around that time, I actually started using this product, and I thought how interesting that I just finished up those two moisturizers, and then I got this one to try, and I felt like it is kind of the perfect combination of both of those moisturizers in one for a lot more of an affordable price. Now, I do think that those two from It Cosmetics as well as Fresh, they're very high-end brands, very expensive brands, and have really amazing skincare. So I feel like they are definitely a notch up, a little bit step up, as well as far as quality. But that being said, I feel like this is kind of a really great affordable version of kind of those two products together. I was very happy to be able to receive this and try it. And as you can see, I've used quite a bit of it this month. It has kind of been my go-to moisturizer because it is an intensive moisturizer, and I just think it's amazing. This is, if I'm remembering correctly, a $24 cream. You get 1.70 fluid ounces, so it's a decent amount. A little bit goes a long way. It really does give an intense hydration and moisture to the skin, as well as leave your skin with a beautiful glow. So I've really been loving this. I definitely would recommend this, and I kind of feel like I would find myself, when I use this up, maybe repurchasing this instead of the It Cosmetics one or the Fresh Beauty one, because I feel like I said, I'm repeating myself, I feel like this is kind of a combination of both of them, because this has the rose in it, because it's intense hydration, because it has some good skincare ingredients. It definitely feels like the perfect, it's like the baby of those two products together, and I just think it's really amazing. So I wanted to be sure to mention that first, because I talk so much about those products in my empties video. And I just think this is kind of really up there with those two moisturizers. And because my skin has been so dry lately, this has been a really great moisturizer. And so I'm just so thankful that it kind of came at the perfect time, right when I finished up those two other moisturizers. Up next is something new from Pixi Beauty. These are the Makeup Melting Cleansing Cloths. These include chamomile and rose. Now, this is just a little sample pack that they sent with 10 wipes in it. I've only used maybe like 4 of them, and I think they're nice. They smell really good. They do a nice job wiping away your makeup. I don't imagine these will be ones that I repurchase again or purchase on my own, just because I've kind of been gravitating a lot towards the Ulta Beauty wipes. They are maybe a little bit more expensive than the wipes I typically get at Walmart that are just the Equate brand in the blue package, because I feel like that's the best deal if I'm buying wipes. But I have been gravitating towards getting the Ulta Beauty ones because I think they're really good. And plus, when I purchase from Ulta, I can, accumulate points and things like that, so that's kind of been my go-to. I think these are nice, but I don't think I would purchase them with my own money. Moving on to another Pixi product that I tried. This is the Pixi Black Lacquer Lash Primer. primer. I also tried this for the very first time in my Pixi video. I originally thought it was just a mascara. I didn't realize it was a lash primer, but this is actually really, really amazing. Now I had this for a long time. I didn't open it up because I didn't think I needed a new mascara. You know, I never really do. I only opened it up because I was going to do a full dedicated Pixi video, and I realized it was actually a primer, so I could have been using it all this time. And this is actually really amazing. It's kind of expensive. I think it's like $17 for it, but it's really, really good. And if you watch that video, you will see the results of what it did to my lashes and how amazing it was. It's a very unique kind of a wand where it's flat and doesn't have any bristles on the side, but it's got bristles on the top and the bottom, and it just is amazing. Now I feel like because I've had this for so long, it was a little bit dried out, and I was kind of bummed by that, but I still have been using it a couple more times since that video, even though I thought I'd only be able to use it the once, and it's still kind of working pretty well for me. I really, really like it. It's really great. I recommend it. Even though it is kind of expensive for a primer, you can almost wear this as a mascara on its own, or if you really just want to boost up another mascara and really get your lashes some volume and lift and just thickness, it's a really great mascara, and it really, really surprised me. It's kind of a hidden gem, and I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but I really do. And then another kind of hidden gem to me was the Endless Silky Eye Pen, or eye pen, well it says eye pen, but it's like an eyeliner pencil from Pixi. I got this shade Graphic Grayish, and this actually really surprised me. I've been using this a lot lately too, ever since I used it in that video. The quality, the pigmentation for one is just really great. It doesn't take much. I don't know if you guys saw me put it, swatch it, but look, I barely have to touch it, and there's this bam pigmentation. It stays really, really well, so it's very, very long lasting in the waterline where I put it, and it's really, really good. I'm really surprised by this and would recommend this. Now this is kind of expensive for a drugstore eyeliner, being at about $12, but it's a lot better than spending like the $20 or so or $24 it is for like the Urban Decay eyeliners that everybody raves about. And I really love and rave about those too, or the Makeup Forever ones that are really, really expensive. So it's about half the price, but honestly just as good, if not better. So I would recommend if you're looking for a really great, you know, I think is it a gel liner? I'm not quite sure, but if you're looking for a really great pencil liner, I would recommend this. And I do believe that they come in several different shades, so it's not just the one. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on. I have two more items from Pixi Beauty. I did receive two palettes from Pixi Beauty and decided to use this one. The other one is actually the giveaway item, if you're curious. And so I decided to keep the Eye Reflection Shadow Palette in the shade Natural Beauty. As you can see, it's just a very, very simple, basic, neutral, everyday kind of palette that's very, very cool tone. Usually I don't gravitate towards cool tone eyeshadows, but this one just I thought was really pretty and kind of caught my eye and decided I'd keep it. And I will say that I like it. I actually have been using this a couple times. I've grabbed it a few more times since recording that video. And using it. Because I have it, I'm going to use it, but I will say I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. I do think the metallic-y shades are beautiful. They apply amazingly, like with your finger. They swatch beautifully, but I think they need a little bit of help if you're going to apply with a brush, but look how beautiful they are. But the mattes I feel like they're just okay, and especially in this palette specifically, they're a lot of them are like really similar. I really wish this palette had a little bit more dimension, or maybe it was just smaller, because these two shades, like, even though they're different in the pan, once they're applied to the eye, they're actually very, very similar, as well as these two right here. Now this one in the center has some glitter in it, which is what sets it apart, makes it a little bit different, but once they're kind of blended out, these two essentially look very, very similar, so it's not very versatile. As well, it's very, very light, so I'm medium skin tone, and I felt like it was super, super light on me and didn't show up well on me. So this would be really good for someone with very light to fair skin tone, but someone deeper than me or even my skin tone might have a little bit of trouble with this palette getting it to show up. So it's not super versatile. As well, it's a $24 palette, and I don't love that price. I feel like it's a little bit too expensive for what it is. The packaging is just kind of like this cheap plastic packaging, and it's kind of big and bulky, so I mean, I don't love it. I'm glad I got the opportunity to try it. I think the metallics are beautiful, but I wouldn't have purchased it myself, and I don't think I'd really recommend it to a lot of people. I don't like that price, really. I think if it were like $15 or even $10 or something like that, I think I would recommend it because I don't think it's terrible, but it's just not amazing. Again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but please, if you haven't yet, go check out my video testing out that palette and several other Pixi Beauty products so you can see them in action and judge for yourself. Then lastly, from Pixi Beauty, I got this little box set filled with 3 other brushes, and I had mentioned that I probably wouldn't love these brushes just because they are synthetic, and I'm not a super big fan of synthetic brushes, especially for eye makeup application, but that I wanted to give these a try and test them out, and I actually am surprised that I ended up really liking these, especially this little pencil brush guy. I feel like I applied a product really, really well and really beautifully. This one's a really nice one, just for, it's they're very, very soft. Applied product well all over the lid. It didn't apply the matte shades that great. I feel like it was just a little bit too big and a little bit too, what's the opposite of dense? It wasn't dense, it was, I don't know. I felt like it needed help, so I did switch to a different brush when I was applying the matte shades, but they're very, very nice brushes, and I surprisingly like them more than I thought I would. Now, when I filmed that video and uploaded it, I didn't know the price of these because I looked on the Pixi website, and while they had other brushes available, they didn't have this little travel trio set, so I'm not sure how much the cost of these would be. So I don't know really if I would recommend them or not. It really depends on the price of them, but I do think that if you were going to get it, if it does come in a little travel set case with these and it's a decent price, I would probably recommend them because I think they're nice brushes. They're not bad. I know a lot of people love synthetic brushes for eye makeup application. They're just not my preference, but if they are available by the time I upload this video, I will, you know, put the links and price in the description box for your convenience, and then you can decide for yourself if this is a set that you want. I do think it's nice, and I'm very happy and thankful to Pixi for being able to try it. Alright, next up I want to talk about a product that is not actually new to me, but it kind of is. I've had this product for a while, but I just haven't really used it, and as I was going through my drawers, as I always am, I found it, and I thought initially it was just like a moisturizer or a cream, and it was like, oh, I have this, I want to check it out, and realized that it's actually like a tinted cream. And it is the It Cosmetics Bye Redness Neutralizing Correcting Cream. And so based on that, I just thought it was like, you know, like their Bye Redness Cream Moisturizer, which is like a face moisturizer. And it's actually tinted green, but it's, you know, it's a moisturizer. So I thought it was like a smaller one. I wasn't quite sure what it was, but I opened it up and realized that it's actually like a tinted, pigmented, correcting cream, and so I decided to give it a try, and it's actually really really pigmented. This is the shade Transforming Light Beige, so I would assume that there are other shades. You can kind of see it right here, and it kind of goes on very very lightweight, and kind of when you blend it in, as I'm blending it in, it almost feels like it turns into like a powder, like a liquid to powder kind of formula. It's very, very nice, and I decided to give it a try one day. I almost just dropped it. I decided to give it a try one day and put it on my face, and I applied it with this brush from It Cosmetics, which I've been loving as well. This is their all over Airbrush Flawless Complexion number 132 brush. It's all like in a matte black, so I couldn't really see it. Anyways, and I've actually been using that as my foundation. Oh my god, okay, you guys, I'm sorry. My chair is like going wonky, so I'm going back and forth. Let me adjust, okay. All right, that's better. I'm sure it was distracting for you. It was distracting for me going back and forth. Anyways, so I've actually been using that most of this month, or this last month, as my foundation. And it's been amazing. I've been loving it because it is so thin and lightweight, but still gives coverage. It's been just my go-to. It's been wonderful. I've been loving it. That shade Light Beige has been a great match for me. I actually used it in a demo for a makeup tutorial that I'm not sure what, oh, I think I actually used it in my Pixi makeup video. It was like putting on the rest of my face, but I just went through it really quick, stuff that wasn't Pixi. I think I used it in that video, so you can see it in action there as well. it just is great. I don't think it's gonna be like a foundation for everybody, because I don't think that's not what it's supposed to be. I don't think it claims to be a foundation, clearly, but it's just been something I've been using as a foundation because it just works for me. It gives me a little bit of coverage, or a decent amount of coverage in my opinion. It neutralizes the redness and just kind of gives me a nice even face base for the rest of my products, to where I don't feel like I need a foundation. I will go ahead and put a little bit of concealer on my eyes and then go in with the rest of my face, you know, powder products, and it's been wonderful. So I just really wanted to mention it, even though it's not brand new in general. It's just something that I've newly been using and rediscovered in my collection. I never used it prior. I just had it in my collection and just hadn't used it. I was sent this in PR quite a while ago. Anyways, and then discovered it, and I've been using it, and I've been loving it, and I have been using quite a bit of it. As you can see, quite a bit of it is gone, but because I have been kind of using it as my foundation. So I really love it. I definitely think this will be something that I do repurchase, even though I have so many foundations, but that's just been the one I've been gravitating towards. I'm actually not wearing that foundation today because I was kind of wanting to test another foundation in comparison to another foundation, both from IT Cosmetics, so I was kind of playing around with different IT Cosmetics foundations today to kind of compare my thoughts with them. But anyways, yeah, so let's go ahead and move on. I have several skincare products, and then I even have some palettes to share with you. So let's go ahead and get to the skincare products. Okay, I got a few things from City Beauty. Now I am an affiliate for them, and so that does give me the opportunity to receive PR from them and new products when they launch. And so they recently launched the brand new City Lash. I believe this is something they had before, but they reformulated and then, you know, came out with it, and they sent me this before it was launched. So now I've been using it for over a month, and I kind of wish I wasn't wearing false lashes today so you guys can really see how my lashes. This stuff has been amazing. Now I have been tracking my results. I did do a before video of my lashes as well as before photos of my lashes, and I plan to do an update video and photos to show like results after using this. But I do feel like I have definitely been seeing results using this for lash growth and length, and I've gotten so many compliments on my lashes because lately I've really only been wearing mascara, and I've gotten a few people asking me if I'm wearing lash extensions, if I'm wearing false lashes, and it's always been my natural lashes, and I'm just like, I really love it. I'm really, really excited about it. So I would definitely recommend it. I do have an affiliate code with them. I believe it gets you 10% off, and the code is Agape Love Girl. I'll put it on the screen, but it'll also be in the description box. So if you ever want to purchase anything from City Beauty, their lip glosses, which you guys know I love, or their lipsticks, or any of their skincare products, you can use my code for 10% off, because it's kind of a pricier brand, but it's an amazing brand, one that I love and definitely recommend. So in addition to that, they asked if there was anything else I wanted to try, and so I asked them to try their multi-action sculpting cream, and I've only actually used this maybe like 5 times, so I don't feel like I can really fully give you my full thoughts on it, but I do really like this. You guys know that I love anything that's going to be like firming, so the sculpting cream kind of really caught my attention about it being firming and anti-aging and things like that. And what's really nice about this is you can use it morning and night, and you can apply it over top all of the rest of your, you know, your skincare stuff. This can be like the final step for you, and it's really luxurious. I kept this little piece on top because it's a little spoon and I didn't want to lose it, but it's such a wonderful cream. So far I've been really, really enjoying it. It smells amazing, and it's so lightweight and just feels so good on the skin. It's very, very moisturizing. I've been really, really enjoying it, and I do plan to do a little update with it and let you guys know more of my thoughts when I use it a little bit more. Now, part of the reason why I haven't used that cream as much is because I was kind of going back and forth between using that a few days and then this product for a few days. This is the Glow Recipe Avocado Melt Sleeping Mask. It's a moisturizing and firming mask, night mask, but I read that you could wear it as a mask at night, as well as you can use it as like a 10-minute mask or something, you know, during the day. If you just want a quick, you know, moisturizing mask in the day, you can use this like that as well. And so I thought that was really neat. Now, I just recently became on the Glow Recipe PR list, which I'm so excited about because I've been really wanting to try a lot of their products. And so I was really, really excited to get this. Now this, I believe is supposed to have like Manuka honey in it and a few other like great skincare ingredients. I believe it has hyaluronic acid and things like that. So it's supposed to be very, very moisturizing. It's meant to be for dry to normal skin, and I definitely have dry skin, and I think this is really, really nice. It smells really good. I'm gonna open it so I can remember. Yeah, it smells, oh, yeah, smells very nice. Kind of has a little bit of a masculine scent to it, but I really like it. Like I said, I've only used it kind of a handful of time interchangeably with the other creams, so I don't have like a full in-depth thoughts about it. I don't feel like it's extremely moisturizing. I like the way my skin feels when I use it and when I wake up in the morning, but I don't feel like I wake up and my skin's like, ooh, hydrated. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure how I feel about it being like for dry skin or being extremely moisturizing, but I do feel like my skin feels nice and soft when I use it. So I do want to put it to the test a little bit more. I also got their watermelon sleeping mask as well as their watermelon moisturizer, but I just have not used them yet because I'm trying to, you know, a little bit at a time. I don't want to use too many products at a time. I want to be able to actually try them and see what they're doing to my skin and in my skincare routine. So I'm kind of holding off on that, but those are the new things that I tried. And then additionally from Glow Recipe, I also tried their Blueberry Bounce Cleanser. This is a makeup erasing and deep cleansing cleanser, and I so far am really liking this. It smells amazing, like blueberries, literally. And I love like a blueberry scent. I think that's so yummy. Blueberries and raspberries are like a delicious scent, as well as vanilla, which is my favorite. But I really like this. It cleanses up really nice. As you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. It's been my go-to recently because I just ran out of another cleanser that you'll see in my empties video soon. But yeah, so far I really like this. Now I always have a hard time talking about cleansers because it's like, what really can you say about them? They're only on your skin for so long. As long as they kind of like foam up, do their job, clean your face, I'm happy with them. So yeah, but so far I've really been liking this. Next up is something I purchased myself just out of curiosity. I've heard a lot of really good things about the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is their primer plus moisturizer. I was really curious about this because I think you guys know, if you're familiar with me, I don't super love primers, you know, for your face before foundation, or even eye primers. I don't use them that often. It's not that I'm against them, it's just I don't always remember to use them. I don't always feel like they're necessary. Also, a lot of times I feel like I don't like the way they feel if they're too slick or silicone-y, you know what I mean? So I'm not always sold on primers. There are some that I do like, but I really was fascinated by this one, being that it's a primer and a moisturizer in one. And I do remember that I really like the Smashbox primer water. So I don't know, I was just really curious about it as well. This is the little sample or deluxe sample size, which I did hear that was a better deal than buying the full size, that you could actually purchase 2 of the sample sizes and that equals the same amount as a full size, and it's less than the full size, so it's a smarter way to buy. So that's what I did just to try it, and I've only had it for, you know, I don't know, 2 weeks at this point, so I've tried it, I don't know, maybe 5 or so times, and I really like it. I don't know if it's really making a difference in my foundation wear, longevity, or application or anything like that, but I do like that it's a moisturizer as well as a primer. So I'm going to keep using it, and I'll try to update you probably in an empties video, or possibly in a future video if I happen to use it in a makeup routine video. I'd love to know if you use that primer, what you think about it, and all that stuff. Next up, I received this from Derma E. This is their Radiant Glow Face Oil with jojoba, argan, and sea buckthorn oils. And it looks like this, but you gotta shake it up. Let me shake it up. So there's actually like shimmer in it. So it's it's a face oil that gives you a glow, like a radiant glow. That's what I'm thinking of. You can see how pretty it looks once you shake it up and get all that shimmer. I've used this a handful of times as well this last month, and I actually really love it. I've talked about before how much I love argan oil. A lot of people feel like when they hear argan oil, they think of it as a hair care oil, a hair care product, but it's actually a really great moisturizer for the skin. So when I received this from Derma E, I was actually really excited. Jojoba, we all know, is great for the skin as well, but argan oil, I just love. And I love the fact that this has a little bit of shimmer in it, so when you put it on your skin, it gives you a nice glow, and as well as it moisturizes your skin. Because I have dry skin, I've been loving this lately. So in addition to that, I want to mention that I did purchase this. This is the Pura Dora 100% pure organic argan oil, because again, I talked about, and I believe it was in my empties video that I talked about argan oil and how much I used to use it and love it, especially for when I had really dry eyelids. This is what helped save my skin, my dry, scaly eyelids and skin. It was amazing. And then once I ran out, my skin had healed up, the dryness on my eyelids had healed up, and I felt like I didn't need it anymore. But as my skin started getting getting dry, more dry, I was like, I just miss having argan oil, you know, in my skincare arsenal. So I decided to purchase this. So I've really only had this for maybe about the last week of February, but because it's something I've used in the past, it was this exact same brand. I know that I love it and I would recommend it. So if you have really dry skin, scaly skin, anything like that, I definitely recommend argan oil. It is an amazing moisturizing oil for the skin if you're into using oils for your skin. I just love it and recommend it. All right, next up I have a few things from Milani Cosmetics. You guys know that I really fell in love with the Milani palette, the Bold Obsessions palette, and I talked about some of their other palettes they came out with. I was so excited when they came out with more of those palettes, and I wasn't sure if I was going to purchase them, even though I really love the formula. I really love the price. I think they're amazing, especially for a drugstore, but not just because it's drugstore. I think like you could fool me with thinking that they were high-end palettes. They're just great in every aspect. They look, they perform, everything. I love them. But I wasn't sure if I was going to purchase the other ones because I just felt like the shades, I just wish it were something more inspiring, more unique, more, just something else. But I ended up caving and making a purchase, and so I did end up picking up the Pure Passions palette, which looks like this. It's so beautiful. Let me show you. It's so pretty. I mean, it's not anything different than what I already have. It's kind of very reminiscent of like the Naked Heat palette and probably a few others, but I couldn't resist. I had to pick it up. What really sold me on it is it was actually like available in a set, because these are like, I think on the website, if you buy this alone on the Milani website, they're like $20. I know some people said that if you can find them in Walmart, which my Walmart does not carry Milani Cosmetics, I don't know why. Makes me so sad. But people, if you can find them in Walmart, people have said they've seen them for $14 or $15, which I think is an amazing price. But anyways, on the Milani website, it was like a set with this palette plus the little one of their primers for only $14. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a good deal. Plus Milani was having like 30% off sale. So I was like, I went on there. I knew I wanted to buy more of their multitasking powder, which that's what I kind of originally went on there for. And turns out, I don't know if they're discontinuing that powder or what, but I couldn't find, they didn't have the light shade available that I normally always purchase. They only had like darker shades available and no more of the other shades. And so I'm like, what? And I've noticed that you can't purchase it in stores anymore, like at CVS, which is the only place that I see that sells Milani, around me at least. So I would always purchase it online, and I'd purchase like 5 of them at a time, so because I didn't love purchasing it online. Anyways, but it wasn't available anymore, so that's a huge bummer to me. I'm so sad because I'm almost out of the one I currently have. But anyways, while I was on the site and I saw there was a sale, I was shopping around, so I picked up this palette, and then I ended up also grabbing the Most Loved Mattes palette. It's one that I was really tempted to buy when they first came out. This is one that came out with the Bold Obsessions palette, and I just think it's really beautiful. I have had a chance to play with both of them, and I think both of them are just the same exact amazing quality as the Bold Obsessions palette. Just beautiful. So if you are someone who's looking for, if you haven't tried Milani palettes, I so recommend these. Even though I did not need these, I just couldn't help myself. They're just so good, and I cannot rave about them enough. And I want to be able to create some content for my channel with these palettes. I think they're beautiful. I really recommend. They're just affordable. The quality is amazing. So good. And then I also ended up picking up their Stay Matte liquid liner, and I was really intrigued by this because it has a felt tip. This is something I talked about in a video where I wish more companies would come out with a product like this, where it's a liquid liner that you can dip in, but with a felt tip, brush tip. And that's what this is. It's a felt tip. It's also kind of more shorter, so I have more control to do a wing liner, but I can dip, so I'm not losing pigmentation like is often the case with like a felt tip liner pen, because there's a lot of people say, you know, they complain that the pens, it seems like they run out of ink real quick, or once you go over powders, they kind of dry up a little bit. This kind of takes away that. It's like you still have the precision of a felt tip, but you have the pigmentation of a liquid liner because you can dip it in here into the ink. And I actually really like this. I think this liner is like $6 or so, really affordable. It's matte. It says a 17-hour liner wear. I really like it. So anyways, that's a couple new things from Milani that I tried or picked up last month and have tried, and I love them so much. Milani is such a great brand, an amazing drugstore brand, and I feel like pretty affordable. Like when you compare them to like another brand like Pixi Beauty, which is pretty up there in price for being a drugstore brand, and even like Physicians Formula that a lot of people love, where like the price is actually pretty high up there, but the packaging doesn't, I don't feel like the packaging matches up to the price. But Milani is like still very affordable, but yet their packaging looks sleek and amazing. It looks high-end. The quality is high-end. It's just such a good brand. No, I'm not sponsored at all by Milani. I'm not on their PR. I wish I were because I love their products and their brand. They have no idea who I am though. So anyways, I just really love them. But let's go ahead and move on to the very last things that I tried in February, and those are both Urban Decay products. Now, one of them I received as, this is just a little sample guide that I received as a little extra bonus or sample in my Ulta order. I purchased some things from Ulta recently, and I had the opportunity to pick out some samples, and the, or was it a Sephora order? No, I think it was, I can't remember. One of them offered this little sample, and I was so excited. But this is the Urban Decay Brow Endowed brow gel. It's dual-ended. One side has the little primer and the other side has the color, and I got the shade Taupe. And so the shade Taupe is actually too light for me, and so for that reason I didn't love it. But if I would have gotten a darker shade or something that kind of matched my hairs a little bit better, I would absolutely love this. I'm kind of somewhat tempted to purchase the full size, but I just don't need another brow product right now. But I really like this. I like that it has the primer on one side, and it's just a little brush. You kind of just brush it through, and then the color on the other side to add some color and definition to your brows. Love this so much. You guys know lately I've been really into that kind of more natural, almost feathery brow look. I've got the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer in my brows right now. That's what I've been using a ton lately, and I like this like just as much. Of course, the one from Maybelline is more affordable, so do you need this one? No, but I do really like it. I was really glad that I got the opportunity to try it. I am on Urban Decay's PR list, but I don't get sent everything. I was really kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that maybe they'd send me the brow products, because I knew I didn't need to buy any, so I probably wouldn't buy them, but I was really curious to try, so I was glad I got the sample. I do really like this a lot. But the color Taupe is just definitely too light for me. Now, moving on, I did get the new Naked Reloaded palette. This is a product that I did receive in PR, so I got this for free from Urban Decay, and I'm really excited that I got this as well. I know when it first like was sneak peeked, there was a lot of people who were really unimpressed by it. A lot of people were like,
boring, thank you, next. This looks exactly like Sultry, we don't need this, who asked for this?
And among those opinions, I felt like I was one of the only people who were like, I think that's beautiful. I really like it. I'm really excited about it. Now, I am someone who, I have the Naked one. I received it in PR, but I've never used it yet. Well, isn't that terrible? It's just not a palette that ever really spoke to me or gravitated I gravitated towards, because it is a lot of cool tones, because it has a few of those blue tones in it. I don't love those colors that much. So when I saw this one, they were coming out with this more warm tone neutral palette, I was all about it. Additionally, I know a lot of people said it looks very similar to the Sultry palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I agree. I felt like, ooh, that does look very much so like that palette, but I don't have the Sultry palette. So again, this is something that I was like, I really love this. If I got this, I would love it. It is what I have on my eyes today. I just did a very simple quick look today with it, and I have been actually gravitating towards this a ton. Ever since I got it, I've probably created 5 or 6 looks so far with it. It is very neutral. The looks I've created are very simple, but also really pretty. I love the Urban Decay Naked palettes. Well, with the exception of the Naked 3. I wasn't super impressed with the Naked 3. I thought I would love it because I love the tones of the Naked 3, but the quality was not my favorite. I feel like the Naked Cherry is everything that I wished or had thought the Naked 3 would be. So there's that. But anyways, aside from that, pretty much from like Naked Heat on, I love those naked palettes, and so I was really excited to get this in PR and play with. You could tell I've been creating several looks with it. I've used almost all of the shades so far. All of them work beautifully. This shimmer one, Angel Fire, I will say, it's like they always, in every single one of their naked palettes, have at least one of the metallic shades that is just a crumbly kind of mess that needs help. This is one of them. It's like stunning. It's one of the first shades I ended up using. My eye just went right to it because look, I mean, look how beautiful it is. It's shimmery. It's like a rose gold with pink glitter in it, but it has fallout and needs help. It needs to be applied either with finger or with using some setting spray to give it some help, but once you do get it to apply, it is so beautiful. And so anyways, I really like the packaging. I think is beautiful. It is this like soft, it's like a soft fabric packaging with these like flowers on it. Or I think they're like orchids, but I think it's so beautiful. I was very excited to have it. I think the quality is great. I know it's not a palette that everybody needs. It's probably not even a palette everybody will want, but if you don't have these shades already, if you're looking for a nice neutral palette that you can wear every day, I think this is a really great one. I think the quality is great. I'm hoping to kind of come up with a, you know, 3 looks, maybe even 4 looks, 1 palette kind of video to give some inspiration of different looks you can create with this palette. This is one of the looks you will see in that video coming up. I just love it. And so anyways, I could probably go on and on about it, which you guys don't need to hear, but clearly I love it. But that is it for everything that I tried in February. I really hope you guys enjoyed this beauty rewind video where I look back on all the products I tried and let you guys know my thoughts. I would love to know your thoughts on any of these products. If you have tried them, I'd love to know your experience. Please share your thoughts and opinions on them in the comments because I know that helps other people. I love having discussions with you about the products. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about them, anything I may have left out or forgot to mention, because I know I can ramble on and on, but I also try to like speed through it too, so there's sometimes I forget some things. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to see any content with these products in the future, let me know. Try to put priority on those things. If you want to see, you know, tutorials with the Milani palettes or anything like that, let me know. I want to hear from you. But with that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah! Hey beauty babes, while you're still here, why don't you go ahead and stick around. If you liked today's video, you might like this video here, or maybe this one right here, you never know. Go ahead and click it. And if you're not already, maybe consider subscribing. You can click here to subscribe now.